It's Wolf with another First 15. This one is Airport CEO. So, as with most of these First 15s, this was another one sent to me through Keymailer, although I believe that this one was not one I requested. I think that they just sent it to me unprompted. So that doesn't really change how I review things or anything, but I just figured might as well mention that. But yeah, so this is a game about being a CEO of an airport. It's a management simulation style game, and I don't usually play those a ton on my own, but if they get sent to me, you know, I'll play them, kind of like Evil Democracy when I played that. So yeah, you manage an airport. I don't really have a ton to say about this game. It was good. I thought it was cool. I'm not super into the management simulation games, so I haven't played a ton of them, so I don't really know what to compare this to or anything, but I will say on its own, just playing this kind of without a background in other simulation games, this one was very straightforward and very easy to understand. Like, compared to Evil Democracy, that one was pretty complex and sort of threw me into the midst of everything and I didn't really know what was going on. This one, the tutorial walked me through everything and I understood it really well. However, I do want to note, I screwed up big time when I started this gameplay, I believe. I put the runway, the first thing you gotta do is put a runway down, and I put the runway attached to the parking lot of the airport because I just wasn't even thinking, which then subsequently made it so I couldn't put taxiing space properly across the entire runway, and then I also subsequently couldn't put, what are they called, like the stalls for the airplanes properly attached to the runway. So because I put the runway in the wrong spot, I majorly screwed up and kind of screwed myself from actually like finishing the tutorial properly, so I kind of ended up just skipping through tutorials. The gameplay is like pretty accurate as to what you'll be doing if you play, but if you play, make sure not to put your runway attached to the default building on there, or else you'll have to like delete it and move it and all that stuff. And yeah, so I screwed up and that kind of sucked because I was actually having quite a bit of fun playing it, but I knew that I would have to like delete everything and restart, so I just kind of went with it for the gameplay. But yeah, it's accurate, but I just screwed up. Overall, I mean, I thought the graphics were good. I thought that the tutorial was easy to understand. I thought all the mechanics were easy to understand and everything. It seemed pretty straightforward. It seemed like a pretty easy to understand management game. I was having fun with it. Like I said, if I hadn't screwed up the airplane runway spot, I probably would have played it for longer than 15 minutes, but I kind of reached a point where I couldn't really do anything else because no planes could land because I didn't set it up properly. The graphics are also pretty good. I liked how they're bright and colorful. I like also how it's kind of default view is like zoomed out, but if you zoom in, you can get pretty detailed views of stuff. Like when the workers were building the stuff that I had put down, you could zoom in and you could actually click on the individual workers and then they would like show their employee card kind of thing. So that was really cool because like from the bird's eye view, like the really far one, they kind of look like dots, but then you zoom in and you're like, whoa, there's actual like little characters there. So I thought that was really cool. There's not really a whole lot else for me to say on this one. I didn't really run into any glitches or anything like that, so it's definitely like a solid, well-made game. If you like the management style genre of games, then I would suggest to check it out because it is pretty straightforward and looks like it could be a lot of fun. So here's the rest of the gameplay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in other videos.